Imagine practicing for 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, attempting a skill hundreds or thousands of times to get it to perfection. Like this. Seems pretty hard, doesn't it? Now imagine doing all this for a whole day, except only drinking water for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is the reality that so many rhythmic gymnasts face in their pursuit of success. When I was 7, I fell in love with the brilliant ball, the dazzling ribbon, and the graceful jumps, turns, and balances of rhythmic gymnastics. It was a perfect combination of artistry, beauty, and strength, and I thought it was the most beautiful sport in the world. Plus, it was a great way for me to unleash the energy of my 7-year-old, always restless and jumpy self. I would memorize and obsess over every world and Olympic champion's brilliantly crafted routines that were so smoothly coordinated with their apparatus. In spite of sweat, tears, and pain, my goal always remained constant: to look like them, to perform like them, and to achieve success just like them. And I saw nothing but pure perfection within the sport. 2 years ago, I had the chance to be at the same competition as the Ukrainian national team, whom I'd idolized for years. I was so excited. But what I saw that day wasn't the perfection that I'd expected. I saw their faces stained with tears. Later, I found out why. They hadn't eaten. After a whole day of grueling training, all they had was water. This moment reminded me of a few years ago when I watched the documentary Winner Takes It All: Pain and Gain of Russian Rhythmic Gymnasts. Olympic gold medalist Alina Kabaeva said that days before competition, all she had was water for breakfast, water for lunch, and water for dinner. I remember that back then when I was young, I admired and was inspired by their grit and determination. But now, I started to doubt these sacrifices. Did it have to be this way? Was this the only path to success? In the rhythmic gymnastics world, the idea that thinness correlates directly to beauty is so deeply ingrained in our culture and in everyone's mind, and that being as thin as possible is a necessary component to success. But is this price worth it? Risking your mental and physical well-being to pursue a vision of success that has been defined by others, not yourself. I began looking at and unveiling this exterior, oversimplified curtain of success among elite rhythmic gymnasts, revealing body image issues and eating disorders. But I found that these issues extended beyond just high-level gymnasts. I deployed a survey and received responses from over 800 gymnasts across over 50 different countries. There were elite gymnasts, like world champions from Europe, but there were also normal gymnasts from everywhere, from South Africa to Hungary to Malaysia. And there were young 11-year-old girls, but there were also 40 to 50-year-old retired rhythmic gymnasts, and nearly all of them responded similarly. 76.2% of rhythmic gymnasts said that their mental health had been compromised. 69.1% of rhythmic gymnasts said that they felt depressed because of the sport. That's nearly 3 out of 4 gymnasts. Are these sacrifices really worth it? I began reaching out to these gymnasts who responded, interviewing them, and listening to many heartbreaking stories. One rhythmic gymnast from Poland said she began cutting herself after she developed bulimia, a result of the insults, mockery, and pressure she received because of her weight. She said, "I thought I was going to die, but I was happy. I could feel lighter." Another gymnast from Canada said, "I did all of those things just to fit into what we are told is ideal for the sport. I thought that this was just part of the journey." The idea of risking ourselves to pursue an image of success defined by others. Sounds familiar? Well, this problem extends far beyond just rhythmic gymnastics. In our society, many of us believe that extreme sacrifice is the only path towards a loose and oftentimes superficial definition of success. That we must do more and more clubs, more and more competitions, more and more activities, take on harder classes, harder jobs, harder responsibilities, until we have no time to breathe, no time to relax our minds and our bodies, until all we can think about is what more we have to do, what more we can do, instead of pausing and congratulating ourselves for what we've already accomplished. And ironically, once we've achieved this supposed image of success, we've oftentimes lost so much and risked so much of ourselves that we're discontent, dissatisfied, disappointed. Rhythmic gymnasts who had anorexia nervosa, body dysmorphia, binge eating disorder, and bulimia said, "Because of weight issues, I have developed depression, anxiety, CPTSD, and insomnia. All my first place titles, all my national titles, and all my friendships that I've made, I would give those all away in a heartbeat just to be happy." Now, don't get me wrong. In order to accomplish or achieve anything, we must push ourselves, we must sacrifice. But are the trade-offs always worth it? Is this even the success that I want? And how do we balance the pursuit of success with the maintenance of our personal wellness? And more importantly, today I want you all to ask yourself this: what does success really mean to me? Is this the success that I want, or is it simply what society is telling me that I want? It's time to change as individuals and as a society. And it's time to change for the goodness of ourselves and also for the goodness of everyone around us. Thank you.